Don't panic, 49er fans. Don't panic. The Niners did the right thing. I know you got your hopes up. I know you had already embraced Matthew Stafford as if he was your firstborn, but let it go. He's not that good. He's not a franchise quarterback. The Niners wouldn't have given him an extension. The Rams aren't giving him an extension. He's a high-priced bridge quarterback. He doesn't change the balance of power in the NFC. Just relax. I know you wanted him. I know you thought you were going to get him. And the Niners could have had him. They had the inside track. I'm fairly certain that Stafford's camp expected the Niners to get him. And from what we learned from NFL Network insider Mike Garofalo, the Niners were interested. It's not like they're saying like, oh, no, we love Jimmy. No, they would be absolutely willing to bring in Matthew Stafford at a price. And I think the Niners opening bid, it's good coffee, was probably Jimmy Garoppolo in a 2. That's a good place to start. Maybe they're willing to throw on some extra 2s and 3s after that. It wasn't enough to get it done. Should they have offered more? Hell no. If they had offered more, I'd be right here making fun of them. So I'm going to be consistent. I don't just do this to make fun of the 49ers. I actually have some integrity. Some. And I think I made it pretty clear the price I felt Stafford was worth. 2 2s. That's it. 2 2s and Jimmy. That's fine. Nothing more than that. If some team wants to come out of left field and spend way too much for a quarterback who turns 33 in a week, never has won a playoff game, has pretty much the same exact career numbers as Andy Dalton with a stronger arm, who's never faced the kind of scrutiny he's going to face in LA, who's just been hiding in Detroit. Now he's actually going to have to be judged for the wins and losses on his resume. Go ahead, Los Angeles. Do it. Be my guest. And when I was tweeting during the week, like, hey, the Niners would be crazy to trade a first-round pick for Matthew Stafford. I get these, I don't know who was writing on Twitter, maybe people in the Lions front office, burner accounts, being like, well, then you're not going to get him then. Like, well, darn. Oh, freaking well. Big whoop. I don't want him that much. It's Matthew Stafford. Since when did Matthew Stafford become Aaron Rodgers? I'm not saying he's bad, but what does he do? What does that guarantee the Rams? So, okay, I'm telling you why the Niners were smart to hold their ground, make a moderate offer, and then back off. There's going to be other quarterbacks available this year. I'm going to get into that. But why did the Rams do this? Why were they the dark horse team that ended up spending an irresponsible amount for a quarterback who's not that good? I'll explain it to you. They traded 2 1s and a 3 for Matthew Stafford, but it's not as simple as those picks for Stafford. They were also paying the Lions to take Goff off their hands. Remember, they don't like Goff, and they structured Goff's contract in a way that it was hard to get out of it. It was very hard to cut him, very hard to move him, as opposed to the Niners with Garoppolo. The Niners can get rid of Garoppolo at any time. They can cut him. They don't need to pay a team to take Garoppolo off their hands. The Rams did need to pay a team to take Goff off their hands. And the price of taking Goff, I think, seemed to probably be a first-round pick at least. So what the Rams did was, remember that, was it the Brock Osweiler trade where it was Houston that sent a draft pick to Cleveland to take Brock Osweiler off their hands? That's basically what the Rams just did, but they packaged it in a trade with Stafford so they don't have to take the PR hit. Like, we just traded a first-round pick to get rid of Jared Goff. No. We just traded 2 first-round picks and a third and Goff for Stafford because we like Stafford that much. Although we're not going to give Stafford an extension, so we don't like him that much. You see what I'm saying? It's not that they're in love with Stafford. It's that they were that desperate to get rid of Jared Goff. It was not going to be easy, and they saw this as their best opportunity to get rid of Jared Goff. Matthew Stafford is an upgrade. They definitely, you can see it from their perspective, but now they have no first-round picks until 2024. They haven't had a first-round pick since Goff in 2016. So what is going on here? What are the Rams planning? How can this possibly work out? Here's my prediction of what's happening with the Rams. I just tweeted I predict Sean McVay will not be the Rams head coach after 2023. I think he has 3 more years on the job, no matter what happens, and I'll explain why. It's just so much better from this mug, this Pete's Cafe Domingo. Okay, so here's what I think. The Rams have already mortgaged their future. They had no picks. They just traded the rest of the picks they didn't have. Nothing until 2024. They have a window to win a Super Bowl, but it's very narrow. And they just went all in, as they always do. But they have Stafford, who's 33, Aaron Donald, who's not young, Jalen Ramsey, who's on his second contract, Cooper Kupp, and Robert Woods. That's basically their team. And they'll either win the Super Bowl in the next 2-3 years, or they won't. But from McVay's perspective, what I'm thinking is, look, there's already no future in LA. We already mortgaged the future for the initial Super Bowl run, which is over. With Goff, the window would shut. Now we're just mortgaging a little bit more of the future to open this Super Bowl window up a crack. And from McVay's perspective, he'll be a free agent in 2024. He'll be like 38, and he'll either have a Super Bowl ring from these next few years or he won't. Either way, he'll be one of the most sought-after coaches in the league, and he can leave the Rams, and that mess of an organization and roster in 3 years will be someone else's problem. Because Aaron Donald eventually will retire, Stafford will be gone. These guys will leave, and there will be no draft picks to replace these players, and in a few years, the Rams will be god-awful. And I'm thinking, McVay's like, okay, fine, I don't care. Let me just stay here 3 more years, try my best to win a Super Bowl. If I get the ring, I can leave and go wherever I want and get a huge deal. If I don't get the ring, I can leave, go wherever I want, get a huge deal. I'm just going to not be here anymore. I'm going to spend all the Rams' resources to get my ring. And if it doesn't work out, I'll go somewhere else and spend all of their resources to get my ring. And if it doesn't, I mean, it's not his picks. It's the Rams' picks. And he's the head coach of the Rams for now. He's only signed through 2023. That's one way to think of it, you know? Like, why is he so loose with the Rams? It's not his team. He's just with them now. He's 36, 35. He's got a long future. He's not going to be with the Rams forever. You know? He can spend all their picks to try to get a ring, and if it ruins their future, he can go to the next team. And then Dan Campbell can go coach the Rams. Hey, the Rams are going to need a 3-year rebuild. We need a guy like Dan Campbell to come in and waste time and talk about biting kneecaps, just a total loser like Jim Tom Sewell. That's what's going to happen, I think. There is no future in the Rams, for the Rams. Once the Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Ramsey window closes, it's going to be years before they're in a position to contend if they ever get back. So McVay's like, I don't care. That's fine. They're lucky to have me now. I'll do the best I can, and then I'll move on one way or another because there's just no hope here. That's the way I look at it. So Rams fans, you got 2-3 years to look forward to, and then I think it's going to be like Moses and the Israelites in the desert for 40 years. It's going to be a long time. Long time. So enjoy it. Niner fans, let's talk about you because the Niners are being patient. Now, they're having a tough time winning games, which is always tough. But at least you can't say that the entire operation is going to fall apart in 2 years. That everything has to happen in the next 2 years or else Shanahan, everyone will be gone and they'll have to start over. I mean, look at the Rams, honestly. They've lost their defensive coordinator this year. They lost a defensive coordinator, lost a pass game coordinator. They've lost a lot of their coaching staff. They're going to lose Leonard Floyd. That team is not necessarily getting better. They needed one more chance to make a run for it because the organization's falling apart. People are leaving the Rams because they're getting hired elsewhere. The Rams are going to be a thing of the past. It's like when a star goes from being a sun to a black hole, it has that brief period where it kind of explodes and becomes a supernova before it collapses on itself. The Rams are in that supernova period right now. They just exploded, and it's very, dazzling. Wow. But they're going to be a black hole in like 3 years.